Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about heat curves. So what we're really going to talk about is how a solid can change from a solid to a liquid, and then a liquid can change from a liquid to a gas, and then a gas going backwards can change back into a liquid and back into a solid. So what we need to talk about today are what are called heating curves. And so just remember, you can stop and pause this presentation anytime so that you could stop and write your notes. So what I'm showing you here is a general heating curve. So we could go ahead and just write right on the slide and say that this is a heating curve. Oop. And all heating curves generally look like this. Okay. The only difference is that the temperature on the y-axis, the degrees could vary depending on the substance that we are talking about. So in this case, I'm just giving you a general look at what a heating curve looks like. So when we talk about heating curves, we need to know that in general with the heating curves, as you increase, as you go up on the y-axis, right, this is your temperature, the temperature increases, right? So in this case, we go from 30 degrees up to 120 degrees. And then the time in minutes on the x-axis is really what we're talking about is applying energy or a heat source. All right, so as we move in that direction. However, if we move in the opposite direction, we're talking about removing a heat source or removing heat. All right, so on our curve, we have three different phases. First, this is our solid phase. All right, and remember, with solids, our molecules don't have that much kinetic energy, right? And so all those molecules are packed together. So this is our solid, and we know that it has low kinetic energy. All right. And so anywhere from here to here is our solid. Next phase that we have, I'm just going to switch colors to blue, is on the next slope. We know that this is our liquid, right? And here the molecules are a little bit more further apart. They're not tightly packed like the solids. And so we have an increase, right, in kinetic energy. All right. And then the last phase that we have, you just go back to black, is from this third slope, and anything between there we know is a gas, right? And so the molecules are super spread out. Remember, they're bouncing around just like steam, and they're moving in different directions. So this kind of takes us back to that first lab that we did, the kinetic energy lab. And so we know that there is a large increase in kinetic energy. And so I'm going to make that with 3 arrows and know that there's a lot of kinetic energy. Okay. And so again, as we move, and I'm going to make this a little thicker than normal. So as we move then in this direction, right, that means that we are adding heat energy. Okay. And then the opposite is true as we move in the other direction. Right? You guessed it, we are removing heat energy. Okay, so it would make sense that as we heat something up, as we increase the amount of energy to a system, that an object like water, say, would move from a solid to a liquid and then to a gas. And as we remove heat energy, that water, H2O, would then move from a gas down to a liquid and down to a solid, all right? So as we move through these phase changes, remember phase change is when we move from a solid liquid to a gas. It no longer stays in that same phase. What we can say is that as we look at temperature, as we apply temperature from a solid, that the temperature changes from a 30 degrees here to 55 degrees here. And so what is happening as it is increasing from a solid to a liquid, we get a phase in between. And so what's happening between the solid and the liquid phase as we apply energy is that object is melting. Right? And notice that during the melting, it plateaus and the temperature stays the same during the melting phase. And I'm going to abbreviate it with temp. Okay? As we finish out and there's no more solid, this is our transition, we move into a liquid phase for water, in this case, if this is our example. And notice that as it's a liquid and as we apply energy, the temperature increases and then it plateaus. The temperature stays the same. And so in that process, what you're seeing, you could think of it as during the time that water is boiling, that water is actually going through a process called vaporization. It's turning to a gas. All right. And so during vaporization, that liquid stays the same constant temperature until finally it's 100% gas, and then the temperature will continue to increase. All right. If we take away energy now from a system, and we'll start with the gas side, as we take away energy and we start to cool down the system, that gas will, as we start, say up here, that gas will lose energy and in turn will decrease in temperature until it hits the plateau. And in the opposite direction, our gas, in this case, starts to cool and condense. All right, or what you would call is condensation, if this is what we're talking about. As we continue to remove energy from the system, once condensation has ceased, then we have our liquid, and the temperature will start to decrease until we hit another plateau. And in this case, the temperature stays the same during this plateau. And you know this as you move from a liquid to a solid, that this is called freezing. Okay. And so those are basic heating curves. Some of the things that you probably should know, and I'm going to highlight them for you, is that on the solid side, we have, let me get my highlighter out. There we go. That on the solid side, we have a low kinetic energy. And on the gas side, we have very high kinetic energy. We need to know that as we are adding heat energy to a system, right, that in general the temperatures increase and we could move from a solid on up to a gas. And that as we move and remove energy, that we are reversing that process from a gas to a solid. Right? We need to know the transitions from liquid to gas. Depending on if we're applying energy, we're going through vaporization. And if we are removing energy, we're going through condensation. If we're going from transition between a solid and a liquid, as we apply energy, that solid is melting to become a liquid. And if we're removing energy, that liquid is freezing to become a solid. Okay, let's look at water really quick and show you just the curve for water. So what we can say when we look at the heating curve for water, we can say that this plateau, if we're applying energy, is melting, right? And so what we can do is extend that line on over, and we could say then, if we wanted to know the melting point for water, we could say that the melting point we could say that it's 0 degrees Celsius, right? If we wanted to know what the boiling point of water is, so as it moves from a liquid to a gas, we could extend the plateau as best as we can over to the curve. And we could say that the boiling point for water is 100 degrees Celsius, right? And again, this is if we are applying, right, applying heat energy to a substance, all right? Please make sure you do write this last curve down and respond to the prompt in this Ed puzzle. Thank you and have a good day.